You're listening to a WNYO original podcast.
The Tales of Tal'Tayyib, a world in delicate balance, where the gods have sealed themselves away from their mortal creations to protect them. Protection from what? From the other gods that exist who stray from benevolence into chaos and ruin. These betrayer gods are always planning, always scheming on how to return to power and to return to the mortal plane to lay dominion. Until they can do so, they send their minions in their stead to wreak havoc and bring mayhem to mortal life. Listen as a group of would-be heroes learn about the world they live in and what they do to help maintain such balance. What does this tale have in store? Welcome back to the Tales of Tal'Tayyib. Again, we had some unfortunate issues over the summer where a group of goblins raided our editor's house and broke the hard drive. So this is
my dad let them do that.
This is a re-recording of our episode 12. So in case there's any slight discrepancies between the previous episode, this episode, and the overall story, we sincerely apologize for that. But as this is a live game, we can't really exactly duplicate things. So, welcome back to the Tales of Tal'Tayyib. The last time we saw you, the party had arrived in the capital city of Justicia. They were escorted through the majority of the city, and as they were going through the upper district, or the Cloudtop district, they were ambushed by a group of assassins that were after the noblewoman and diplomat Valine. Thanks to a disguise put on by Freddy, a handmaiden of Valine was disguised to look like Valine, and Valine was disguised to look as another handmaiden. The bandits and assassins killed the impersonating Valine and fled with her body as the group fended off the rest of the assailants. They managed to fend them off and defeat them, but they suffered big losses in the rest of the caravan guard. We pick up the story with the party escorting the real Valine to the palace. So, you guys are riding in a cart, heading towards the main palace, flanked all around by guards armed to the teeth.
They couldn't have been here 10 minutes ago.
So,
I'm going to be a little bit better than making my job hard.
All right, so Valine and Jasmine?
Yeah.
No, Mary.
No, Mary's dead.
Jasmine.
Jasmine's the halfling.
The halfling is alive. Jasmine's alive.
So Valine and Jasmine are both pretty shook up about the situation that just went down. Very nervous, very antsy. But they feel comforted being surrounded by the four of you and Maria, and then being surrounded again by a group of city guards. But Valine is still actively shaking. So
Tia will set one hand on her shoulder.
Okay. She kind of flinches for a second, then looks down and sees that it's you, and then she kind of just slumps into you.
Still actively bleeding from many wounds.
Healed a bit.
So you guys proceed through the third and final wall of the city, which leads to the government district and the palace itself. So this big, grandiose keep that you guys are approaching, the drawbridge is already lowered. About 20 or 30 guards stand outside, just sentries at their posts. You guys approach, and one of the servants of the house come out and greet you guys as you disembark your carriage. If you would like to follow me, the High Council is currently in a meeting, but you can wait and they will be with you shortly.
Oh, that's worse. That's worse.
Thank
My
you.
face.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Shell is thrown off by the fact that we're meeting the High Council right now.
Valine tells him that the matter is very urgent. I need to talk to Empress Ford now. The servant, obviously very flustered that his authority is being challenged,
I'm just kind of standing behind her and to the side and flexing a little bit.
is like, well, I will see what I can do about that, but if you'll just follow me for the moment. And he leads you into the palace. The main hall, which is the hall that you are entering through the front gate, has tall, like, arched ceilings, almost kind of like a cathedral-esque, but very warm interior, very welcoming.
That was definitely picked up.
That was monstrous.
I'm sorry.
Interrupting her.
It was halfway across the room.
This is probably the area where they would hold, like, balls or galas. She leads you up a staircase to the second level and, like, ushers you into a chamber for you to wait. She says that she will be right back. She's going to go talk to the High Council and see if you may enter. So she goes and leaves the room. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna go and just kind of slump in a corner. Some stuff happened, and it's
Like, are we just
a
kind
lot.
of outside the door?
You guys were ushered into a small sitting room.
Oh,
Jubel will pace.
I'm gonna look around.
Sheila,
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Well-
I can't do this. I thought I was ready, but I can't do this.
You can?
No, I cannot. I cannot do this.
Rune, I think you're gonna be okay.
No, I cannot do this.
You're not going in alone.
I cannot do this.
Yes, you can. If you tell yourself you can't, you never will. And I know you want to.
I can't do this.
Yes, you can.
He goes
Rune!
to walk out.
Rune, why are you so worried? What is there to worry about?
Behind those doors, if the council is meeting, is going to be the Archmage of Eustace, and
Eustace.
for quite a while I have wanted to meet him, but I am nowhere near as powerful as I should be. I am not ready.
He didn't think you would meet him this early.
Just because you don't think you're powerful doesn't. You killed 3 fucking people with one lightning bolt. You're pretty powerful,
I panicked.
but you still took
T-Bell
care of some of these
T-Bell
bandits for
scruffs
us.
Rune and plops him down in a chair.
You're one of our strongest out of us, so I don't think there's a need for you to worry.
Rune, your knowledge is wise beyond your years. At this point, I think if he didn't take you on, I'd be shocked. As T-Val uses blanket to.
I'm under a blanket because I'm cold and I needed to stretch and I just kind of turned into a bat. It's fine. Shut up.
Kind of,
so full of
Rune
burps.
just sits there in the chair,
Oh,
kind of
so
rocking
gross.
himself
I'm
back and
sorry.
forth, like.
At which point, Valine, who is sitting next to the chair that T-Vel plopped you in, kind of like reaches out and just like touches the top of your hand. Rune?
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, you saved my life.
Oh,
You can do this.
Right.
I've met him before.
What can you tell me about him?
I mean, he's really old. Like, really old.
Well, there's with age
But
comes
he's the
wisdom.
most brilliant man I've ever met.
Yeah, I would assume so if he has taken on the mantle of Archmage. Right. Be smart. Right.
This is just my life now. I'm just full of burps.
Slouches into the chair and kind of pulls his hood a little bit over. Be confident.
So, do you know how the Archmages work in Eustace?
Not really. I never thought they would get this far.
Well, there is a council of Archmages, and Dayrandor is the senior member of that council.
So many apprentices.
I think you're just making me even more scared.
He's been serving the Empire for about 200 years.
That's quite a long time.
Forgot how long elves live.
Very, very long.
It's like fucking thousands.
Yep.
Right.
I believe you'll be fine.
Thank you for your confidence. I shall try.
At which point, she looks over at the door. She's like, what is taking him so long?
It's politics. It's always long.
Long, drawn out, nothing.
You're telling me
Yeah.
I'm the one that wrapped myself up in all this.
I commend you for it. I could never.
At which point, the servant comes back into the room. The High Council will see you now. If you would follow me, please.
Shella kind of puts a hand on Rune's shoulder and is like, okay, you're going to be good. Let's go.
Kind of pushing you forward.
Yep.
I'm gonna straighten myself
T-Bell
up,
is
make sure
pushing you
everything's looking a little bit more presentable than I walk in.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
Maybe a little bit of prestidigitation.
I can
Clean up some.
and
Yeah, I'll just
will.
clean up the rest. Like bit more presentable.
I am covered in blood and your acid breath.
I've got prestidigitation to help too.
We're all covered in
I don't
everything.
care.
2 of them.
I think they're expecting us just coming in from battle and they didn't really clean us up. So, you know.
Prestidigitation is close enough.
How dare?
Bad and naughty DM.
Naughty.
Yells at everyone to turn off their phones.
My phone is off. That was my laptop.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
All right. So he leads you down the hall to a slightly elevated chamber. So there's like 4 or 5 steps up. And it's a big wooden double door. He pushes open the door and ushers all of you in. In the room, it's about a 30 by 30 foot square room with an elevated central dais with a round table in it, which is full of different, variously colored individuals. Colorful robes, some with colorful skins.
Are there any blue ones?
No.
Blue is not a color.
Wait.
Some have blue robes.
Ugh.
Not skin.
Rune, are you like discriminating against my race?
No.
No.
Is everyone going to discriminate against my race?
No.
No one is.
No one is.
You said it's not a creative color. I heard that comment.
She just means you're a monk, not a bard.
Continue.
All right. So, as you enter, the person at a slightly more elevated position than the rest of them in the circular table stands up and greets you. Welcome, Feline. Welcome back to the capital, and welcome to all of your companions.
When she stands, I bow.
All right. I would say none of you have seen this person before.
I'm gonna make an assumption.
Okay.
As she's elevated above everybody else.
I'm going to at least be very respectful because I feel like I would know in this kind of setting.
Yeah.
Probably do a little mini curtsy or something.
Okay.
I don't know. That's me.
You should probably bow to anyone in the High Council.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bow.
Okay.
Fair.
So she says, welcome to the palace. I heard about what happened in the Cloud Top district, and I'm terribly sorry that that happened to you all. Is there anything I can do for you guys? Do you need like a fresh set of clothes? Do you want a meal? Anything?
I can take care of that once we're done here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not as bad as it looks.
All right.
Rub the stab wound from Jasmine.
By the way, I am Empress Corinth. You can just call me Corinth. I don't really like titles, but it's just a formality.
So full of burps.
And then she directs her attention to Valine. Valine, how are you? I hear you have something important to tell me. And Valine looks around the table, eyeing who is here, and she says that it might be a discussion better for private. And so Corinth kind of nods her head, understanding. Quick round of introduction to you all. I'm Corinth again, and she looks to her right and says that this is our senior archmage, De Randor. And then
As Rune hides in his shirt.
In his
And
blanket.
Jared hides in his shirt.
this is our... So De Randor is a extremely old, feeble elf. Like, super old. Like, elves, none of you really know, like, how old an elf can live to, with maybe the exception of T-Vel. And maybe Freddy? I don't know if you've hung out with elves for an extended period of time.
Not too long.
But elves usually live to like 1,500, almost 2,000.
PHB says 750.
Yeah, this is my own world. Come at me, bitch.
People can live longer than the average.
So he is an old ass elf.
That's
That was
a
true.
long
He's also necromantic.
time.
Old fucking elf.
And he kind of just like nods at you all. Then
I don't.
she gestures to the next person, to the person on her left, which is she says, this is our Minister of Defense, Rogar Baiko. Big dragonborn, silver scales.
Throw in the garbage.
Next to him is Roxana Ramcrown, our Minister of Treasury. And then keep going around the circle is our Keeper of Secrets, Anan Oleander,
I don't even talk to that guy.
who gives like a small nod as well. And then we have our 4 governors, which is Alexandra Grimt, Liam Aldwick, Jamie Cordell, and Ava Hugel. And then our Minister of Emissaries is Nathaniel Leonard. And so,
What?
I don't know why that name is funny.
as they all go around the circle, they all give like a slight nod or a very like small bow to you all. And what about you all? Who are you?
I'll take a step forward and say, my name is Frederick, and I'll just give a bow and say, I'm a traveler, and I'm at your service.
Alrighty.
Tivel of Finchtaler here at your service. And I'll bow again.
At that, Rogar kind of like turns and looks at you.
Aggressively dragonborn last name.
With kind of like a curious look on his face.
Where the hell did you get that from?
Okay, I guess I'm going next. I'm Shallow Blue. And then like I like I can't do this part. And I am from the kingdom of Osaldea. I am a leader there, but I don't really like being acknowledged as that all the time. And I'm at your service.
At that, Anon gives you a look that's halfway between curious, surprised, and like you can tell he's very intrigued.
Is this the Keeper of Secrets guy?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm keeping up. I definitely have to talk to him later. I mentally
This doesn't
know.
sound right, but I don't know enough about the ocean to dispute it. I have that on my phone. I made that meme.
I am Rune Tarun, son of Orna Tarun and grandson of Grim Tarun, apprentice wizard at your service.
Do you just avoid eye contact?
Yeah, it just goes back up again.
Roxana turns to you and like gives you like an approving little nod. She says that she recognizes your clan name.
Great. Right. Rune's just pretty much quiet. It's like, ooh.
You scared him.
He's been scared since we walked into the building.
I'm so scared.
So, are you guys a group of sorts?
We seem to have become something like that.
Kind of. It was just us, and then we picked up these two along the way, and then kind of stuck together from there.
Well, I thank you all for your service. We should probably get payments out of the way, as you do want to get paid.
Right.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So she kind of just like looks off to the side to one of her servants, and she nods and says to bring out the full upon agreed amount. And so he disappears and off into the side room and comes back about a couple minutes later. But in the meantime, she looks at you guys and asks if the crown or I am ever in need of your service again. What can I call you guys?
Fuck.
I don't want to do this
Why
again.
are we put into a position like this?
I don't want to.
Oh,
I don't know.
I wish I got to edit the original where we had all the rambling. We rambled for 30 minutes deliberating
30
apart.
minutes.
We can still ramble.
Enter
30
super long debate about what they should call themselves.
I don't like it, but I still can't come up with a better one.
I wish the
can't.
goblins didn't raid my house.
We are the Motley Crew.
hate you. T-Bell just facepalm.
The only time you're
That
ever
is it.
confident about anything is the Motley Crew.
We are
And
so
Rune Tarun.
Rune Tarun
I
of the
still
Motley
hate it,
Crew.
but I can't come up with anything better than
Rune Tarun of the Motley
Five
Crew
more
that is
episodes
named
with
by
this
Rune
name.
Tarun, son of This lady Tarun.
Or not Tarun.
And
Grandson of Grin Tarun.
yeah, there you go. All the Taruns.
Finchstein here, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Oh my actual opinion of my birthday. What?
Hello.
Nothing?
So you guys respond with Motley Crue,
Ew.
and she says, "All right, Motley Crue.
It sounds so much worse.
Die inside every time. A little bit inside every time.
If I ever need to reach out to you, where is the best place to reach you at?
Through the wizard.
Do you have a location yet that you call home?
No.
Not at this
No.
point, actually.
I believe while we are in the city, we will be staying at the Drunken Dragon.
Okay. If I ever have need of you, I will send word there until you tell me to another place. At which point the servant comes back in with carrying a heavy bag.
My back's killing me.
And so he brings it up to the Empress. The full amount, ma'am. And she's like, don't give it to me, give it to them. And so he like trundles his way around the table over to you guys and like looks at all of you and then decides to hand it to you because you look strong.
I'll take it.
It's about
Am I strong enough to take it one-handed as he's like clearly struggling with it?
it's about like 70 pounds.
I could probably do that one-handed.
Be a bit of a
Roll a
struggle.
quick strength check.
I feel like that'd be a bit of
Can I have a d20, please? Purple will do. Natural 20!
So as he's like struggling to carry all of it,
I don't know why I feel the need to flex on this dude this hard.
you just pick it up one-handed and you're like, really?
Toss it over your shoulder.
And she waddled away.
waddle waddle.
Why do I get a natural 20 for that?
She still waddled away.
Waddle, waddle.
All right. So, if that concludes our business here, I think me and Valine shall take our leave. And then she addresses the High Council. If there are any more pressing matters, now is the time to speak before I am gone for the day. All of them like look through their notes and look back up at her expectantly.
I'm gonna give Rune a quick nudge and like the senior Archmage guy like.
As Freddy nudges him, and no one can see it because no
It's
one.
hand gesturing like.
Yeah.
Say something. You introduced yourself by like.
Then Empress Court says, then I shall bid you all a good day. And she walks out in the back of the chamber and motions for Valine to follow her. The rest of the council is starting to get up and like gather their belongings.
And can I just sneak my way over to the Archmage?
Are you trying to stealth?
Sure.
Oh, please nobody look at me or I will die.
I see
That's
this.
decent. That's a 13.
Okay.
I see
look at
this.
me.
Everyone there sees you.
You just
I forget what the name.
or just like kind of go over. Excuse me, Oberon, or what was this?
Dayrandor.
Dayrandor. Dayrandor, can I have a moment of your time?
Yes, speak.
Like I said, I am Rune Tarun, and it has been my goal for the past few years to finally meet you. And I heard you had need for someone of the arcane arts.
Yes, I'm currently searching for a second understudy.
Well, if you would... Go ahead.
Are you interested in applying for the position?
I mean, of course, I would love to prove what I know.
Where are you staying in the city?
I hear my friends have already offered the drunken dragon.
You shall hear from me soon.
Thank you again for your time.
And he kind of just like waves his hands in the air a little bit, and a like purple mirage appears in front of him. And he says, "Good day," and he's gone.
Yeah. I'm not ready. And I'm just walk.
But Rune, you just talked to him.
That's a big step in the right direction.
Dun dun dun. Meanwhile, Shell and Freddy are like off in the distance, like clipping. Yay!
Cast lightning bolt. No.
Every time
No.
you're nervous, you just
It's like when you're 12 and it's like, hey, no one look at me or I'll kill myself.
No.
Yes, I can and will quote John Mulaney in this podcast and no one can stop me.
Do any of the other members actually approach us?
No.
probably not.
Okay.
They have
fair.
better things to do.
I mean, because some of them, some of them gave us like looks and stuff. I'm curious if any of them actually approached us.
At least none have yet.
Okay. I'm kind of keeping an eye out for anyone who approaches me.
All right. The majority of the members have filed out of the room, and
Where's that?
as you guys file out of the room yourselves, Tivel, someone's following you. All you see is a short stature. Their cloak hides all their figures, and you just barely see them when they move from one shadow to the next.
I'll fall to the back of our group.
Is what's Jasmine doing? Did she just kind of already leave, or did she like not even come in at all?
Jasmine was stayed with Feline.
Okay.
So she's with Empress now.
Yes.
All right, cool.
And Maria is with you guys as well.
Oh boy.
Right. Well, I need a drink.
I second that, says Maria. A big one.
Let's make our way then.
All right. Where are we going?
Library?
Drink first.
It's been a very long day.
Drink and
What
drink.
time of day?
Did you
is
say
it?
Savannah? It's been a very
No,
long
I
day.
just said it's been a very long
Okay, I
day.
heard Savannah. I'm like,
You're the same person and you know it.
We doing day drinking or?
You've traveled for about 6 hours to reach Usisi since you woke up. Then you had the fight.
It's afternoon drinking.
Then you had the encounter
perfectly
with the High
this
Council.
is when I die.
It's mid-afternoon.
This is perfectly acceptable for a drink.
Been through a lot.
Not to lie, I
actually.
could use a drink too.
It's been a day.
A nice herbal tonic to serve the.
That makes
Suit
more
the
sense.
drinks.
Okay, yeah.
Water.
Water. Not even
Maria
juice.
looks at you. Is we staying at the usual place?
Drunken dragon. Let's go.
Yeah. She just starts walking. Ugh.
Maria's done with us.
Is there at some point, like as we're leaving, like a door where I can have everyone go ahead of me and then shut it and turn around to face the person following me?
What?
I mean, not really. All the doors are like big double doors. I mean, you can do that with one of the big double doors, but you're going to draw attention to yourself.
Is there a point when I see them move from shadow to shadow that I could try to grab their cloak?
They're staying like a good 15, 20 feet away.
I'm just going to kind of let everyone go ahead a little bit and just stop and turn at whatever shadow they're currently in and stare at them.
Okay.
Do any of us take notice to that T-Vel's, like, what T-Vel's
Just
doing?
staring at like a shadow.
I don't know. Would you guys take notice?
Nope.
I probably would.
I'm just out of it right now.
Okay.
Kind of be like,
Oof.
T-Vel, you good?
Can I help you with something?
I don't know. Can I help you with something?
Exactly none of this.
And then the small figure steps out of the shadow,
Then I realize it's a figure.
lowers his hood, and you recognize him as the halfling from the High Council.
He just follows us. Hello?
The keepers.
Which one?
Come on.
Anon Oleander, the Keeper of Secrets.
Not a
Okay.
non.
Oh, the guy.
Two different ones.
Yay! Not
Different
Amon. There's
status.
a non and a
Yeah.
mon.
A non and a mon.
Oof. Kind of glad we didn't have to deal with both of them in the same room.
One's taller than the other. That's all you have to remember.
Oh.
One of them's 6 foot whatever. The other one's a halfling.
Hello. I was hoping that I could talk to your blue friend.
Why'd you follow her for that?
She's falling.
I was just the only one that noticed.
I'm surprised you took notice of me. Most people don't.
I tend to notice when people are following me. Instinct.
Always a good trait to have.
I kind of am I'm like kind of near you at this point, like being like, hey, what's going on?
He just walks around T-Vel and straight up to you.
Hi?
Hello.
Not a threat.
Miss
I'm
Blue.
going to have a drink.
Hello?
Nice.
I'm sorry.
All of us
Now
out.
I can tell that it's yours.
Fight me. So
Where did you exactly say you were from again?
Sylvia? Not a lot of people know it.
That's why I'm so interested. I've never heard of it before.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Where is this?
In the middle of the ocean. It's pulls out like the map and it's like, here it is.
Ah, okay. I ventured out that way, but I've never encountered any life in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, there's definitely life out there.
I've encountered life in the middle of the ocean in other places, but not there.
Oh, there's definitely.
They were not so friendly.
Yeah.
Well, one of the settlements was not so friendly. The other one was very.
My place is definitely a little bit more friendly on the friendly side.
Okay. Well, I hope to one day visit your homeland. As I am the Keeper of Secrets, it is my job to know things.
Mm-hmm.
No, I shall not hold you up any longer, as you two look like you are very much in need of a drink.
I was stabbed.
I just want to relax for a little bit.
That
But
didn't have any accent.
if you have like any questions or want to inquire anything, I'll be staying at the Drug and Dragon during my time here.
what that accents.
Alrighty.
What?
I may
Things that
give
should
you
be
a call.
consistent?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I bid you both a good day. And if you are looking for some fun entertainment, I do recommend the Flatulent Elf.
Noted.
Alright then, thank you.
Adieu. And he steps off into the shadows.
As he steps off, I'm like, next time you can just walk up to us.
Do I see him?
No.
Dang.
He's
Well, make a perception check.
See if I can do better than 20. What's my dice? Yeah. Nope.
He's gone. You have no idea where he
and
went.
he waddled
Dang it,
away.
he did better. that time.
Waddle.
Going for a drink.
All right.
I'm following, but not exactly for a drink.
So you all make your way to the Drunken Dragon. The Hurgaferga.
Drinkins and drankins.
The Drunken Dragon Tavern.
Wow.
It's this
Wow.
It's this big tavern that's well known throughout the city.
Coming.
It's one of the few taverns that's located on the in the second wall that separates the lower district from the upper district. It's one of the few places in the city where high class and low class congregate in the same place to just enjoy themselves. Of course, there is like a guard stationed at the upper district entrance to prevent lower district people from coming in one side and going out the other, but it is a place where all are welcome. So as you guys make your way to the Drunken Dragon, you do catch some eyes as you are a fairly colorful group, but you make your way without issue. No one else seems to be following you. And you reach the Drunken Dragon.
T-Bell just goes straight inside and gets a drink.
While I'm outside, do I... Oh.
Big, burly dragonborn is at the bar.
He's shaped like a dad!
So, what do you have?
Yes.
Big or small?
Big. It was a day.
He hands you a very large stein that not even he can wrap his hand around. Plops it in front of you and just starts pouring a full bottle into it. It's going. And then he opens the next bottle and tops it off. I'll be a silver.
Put a silver down on the counter and... How much of this can I chug in one go?
Attempt it and roll a con save.
I'll stop if it's gonna hurt me. But, I want to see how much of it I can do in one go. Con save?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
You're halfway done. Make another con save.
That is rude. 14.
3/4 down. Make another con save.
15.
You know, if you keep going, you're gonna start to... It's gonna start to come back up. So you stop at 3/4 of the way through. You almost get to the end of it, though.
I'll put down a second silver and just say, top it off.
So as the party congregates in the Drunken Dragon, this is where we're gonna end the episode. Sorry that it's a really short episode, but, you know, we don't want to start edging into new territory, as they spent a lot of time the first time around coming up with a name, and this time they didn't.